Coming up in this video, Zohran Mamdani exposes himself as a lunatic as he tries to explain the 6.7% increase in R words in New York City. Also in this video, we'll discuss the 8.2% increase in rents that New Yorkers are paying. Also, how this mayor has made it so $11 billion in revenue has been lost in New York City in just one single year. And how is it that churches are mysteriously being burnt down? And who is Zohran Mamdani really behind all of the smiles and laughs and the actual mask? So please make sure that you are subscribed to my channel. We have a lot to get into. First, of course, is Zohran Mamdani's response to the increase in R words. You're not going to believe this.
And what I think is important to know is a lot of the increase in rape also comes from an expanded definition of what counts as rape, as well as survivors coming forward for acts that took place years prior. And
surely it has nothing to do with the increase of certain populations into New York. Give me a break. Expanding the definition. What an insane thing to say. And then he goes on to apparently say that overall crime has decreased. But based on his logic, how do we know that that's not simply because of the change in definition? We all saw what is happening in the UK. Roy on X is not buying into what he's saying. He says, R's are up, rent is up, historic churches are burning left and right. Elect the third world and get the third world. We're seeing New York City collapse right in front of our eyes. So not only are rents at an all-time high, but 40% of New York renters are foreign-born. Something tells me that Zohran's gonna have a really hard time explaining the increase in R's as that continues. I guess this is how he's spending his time with Miss Rachel. So he tried to make it seem as if the top 1% is going to be paying for everything, and then he made it so all of New York is going to be paying for it. And actually, he probably wants the entire country paying for their rent freezes and their free food because they're already running out of money as there's a mass exodus of the wealthiest New Yorkers.
yes, this is straight out of Albany.
Listen to this fake man's laugh.
Just pretend going on. yes, this is straight out of Albany.
Even in his most average, normal, like talking behavior, who laughs like that? I already feel lightheaded by forcing a laughter so much. So as he's trying to increase people's rents, guess whose salaries are going to be increasing? So News Picks Daily, it seems like they did a lot of research on this because they have all the data. They say that a commission handpicked by Zohran Mamdani recommended giving New York City elected officials an 18.2% pay raise. Taxes are increasing, rents are increasing for your average person, but at the same time, their salaries are increasing. Something tells me that we're not actually paying for all of these free and nice, wonderful government programs, but what New Yorkers are actually going to be paying for is for these corrupt communists. Oh, who would have ever thought? It's almost like we've seen this. So the mayor's salary would go from $258,000 to $300,000. I believe that's probably just the beginning. City council members from 148 to 175. So they're doing these small increases to just try to fly under the radar. Meanwhile, somebody like Ilhan Omar has been going from 0 to 30 million, back down to 0 again. Come on, what kind of a communist are you guys? I thought that the communists and the Islamists were working together. This reminds me of somebody like Bernie Sanders, who was all about taxing and eating the rich until he became rich himself. Who is Zohran Mamdani really? Well, let's find out as a New Yorker is asking Zohran to condemn Sharia law, and he refuses to do this.
Sharia law.
What is Sharia law? Yes.
I'm denouncing them. I'm asking you.
I'm running.
I know, but that's the point. If you're going to run for mayor, you have to denounce it. You denounce it.
What is Sharia law?
I come from a political tradition Donald Trump describes as the enemy within. We came here to remake this state in the image of our people.
Police think about Zohran, because I know that's like a little contentious.
What they think.
You're a city employee. You get told what to do. Shut up.
So that is a canvas director for Zohran, allegedly. And here you have Zohran. He failed to denounce Sharia law and is simply trying to deflect, being like, well, what even is Sharia law? Again, look at the fake laughter. This guy is so unsincere because if he was himself, this is how he would be acting. So instead, he forces this laugh that is so creepy.
I'm asking you.
What is Sharia law? Like, dude is about to pass out because of how hard he forces a fake laughter. But not just because of that is he going to pass out. It could also be because of the New York City heat. Meanwhile, this is a man who surely has the AC running on full blast in all these government buildings, but yet is telling people to set theirs at something insane like 78, basically telling them to turn it off. So is it a coincidence at all that, get that, a 138-year-old church burnt down? Oh, and it gets even worse. In June, a 172-year-old church burnt down. And in July, 2 churches also firebombed. So is this a coincidence that when their mayor is making it so, he's yelling, talking about, what did he even say at the end of this video?
Our people. Political sedition, Donald Trump describes as the enemy within. We came here to remake this state in the image of our people.
We came here to remake the state in the image of our people. And that is literally what he's doing. All of these people, no matter whether they're American or imported in her, these people, they're all wearing masks. They're obviously the communist socialist type. They look like the Denver socialists that all met, and they're all covering their identity because they're up to no good. Stuff like this. Stuff like this. It is just so incredibly unfortunate to see places in America that look like this. This is not what America was founded on. This is not what it means to be an immigrant in America. Immigrants have been historically known, think about the Italian immigrants, to come here and contribute. But what these people are doing is simply tearing it down. And that is what they want to do. Here you have Zohran Mamdani again, this all being a part of exposing who he really is, publicly mourning a journalist. Oh, this is a journalist, right? The journalist that you speak of is walking around shooting shots into the air like a complete lunatic, just like Zohran is.
Even an Al Jazeera
just shooting shots into the freaking air, so incredibly dangerous. The mayor of New York City is siding with our enemies while these people are actively trying to take out American soldiers abroad. The last thing we would want is more people like this being brought into the United States and that chaos brought onto our soil. But yet, here we have Libs of TikTok posted. Mamdani posts message in Arabic warning about traffic in New York City from his official mayor account. We don't want the mayor of New York City warning people about anything in Arabic. Everybody should be able to understand what his post says. There's absolutely no reason for that. Hopefully we will see some changes in New York. I also woke up to the news that Canal Street vendors, there was police officers here. Again, is that actually going to do something? Because they pack up their stuff, they run away, and then simply the next day they are back out there again. Canal Street looks exactly like some places in Paris where they do the same exact thing. They're selling this meat that looks incredibly expired. It doesn't look healthy. And then they're constantly spending hundreds of millions of dollars in taxes. Look at this police officer. Like, dude, you need to do some exercise before you actually think that you can chase down a criminal. I don't know what is happening right there. I guess that is what happens when you defund the police. Sorry, I couldn't help. Like, that's also the top comment on the post is pointing out that guy. My goodness. they're actually trying to defund the police. And that's what I'm saying. Like, how are they going to stop it when that's what their police looks like? Think about what that's going to do for the local businesses. He's trying to destroy businesses by making grocery stores compete with free grocery stores. But what I was saying about in Paris is that they spend millions of dollars just trying to clean up instead of solving the issue at its core and being like, okay, yes, let's mass deport these people, clean up the country. Instead, they're just going to be like, oh, now we need money to fix all of the R words, or, oh, rents are going up, so we need even more money. It's like they're creating problems just so that they can have millions and billions of dollars to be spending to fix it. It is just unfortunate that a mayor is seemingly allowed to get away with these kinds of things. Spencer Pratt, honestly, he's just kind of blowing up, becoming a fan favorite across the board. And it is just crazy. I hope that he continues to look into what happened in that election race in Los Angeles and get justice, because he truly would be the best mayor of Los Angeles. But here he rightfully points out, leaving out the Italian, Jewish, and Irish enclaves in New York City is like leaving out Mexican and Persian enclaves in Los Angeles. It's not in whoopsie. This is a deliberate subversion. The communists must erase your history so he can demolish your home and make it his own. This is the exact lie of the left. They'll say, oh, you're against immigrants or you're against women's rights. But when you point out things supportive to immigrants, then where are they? Or you point out things that could help women have true rights, like being able, like Nayib Bukele says, where's the right to just be able to walk down the street in New York without worrying about getting randomly punched in the face, or the right to be a grocery store owner and to not lose your life as somebody's trying to steal the cash in the register? Where are those rights, real human rights? It's almost like the right is actually the party of love, while the left is actively trying to destroy our country. It's not the Democrat Party anymore. It is literally the party of communists, the party of people trying to destroy our country. Something positive, in positive news, they have the Freedom 250 race, which is coming up in the middle of August, and that is just going to be absolutely beautiful. I love how we are celebrating our 250th year. Also, did you guys hear how in Times Square they are going to put a statue of Charlie Kirk? That truly is the best location for this statue, for it to get the most amount of attention. I think that it would be amazing to be able to visit that place. So if you guys want to see more videos coming up, more updates, then triple check that you are subscribed, and I will see you next time. Bye.